Welcome back, everyone, and this is Danny with Odin's Treasure Hunts, and we are back. New day, new permission. So let's see, I've got the house here in the background. We're gonna get started here in just a second, but another 100-year plus old house. I think we're gonna have a little bit of debris and stuff in the yard, so we're gonna go ahead, you know, try to, I always call it like my first digs on here, like the cleanup dig. So we're gonna get out there and get started on that. So probably gonna find a lot of trash today. Hopefully we find at least a few coins, even if it's clad or something like that, and maybe even a few fun items. The owner of the property here was just telling me that he's found a lot of like kids' toys and stuff like that. So we're gonna get out there, get started digging, and follow along. We got our first target right here, looking like a penny signal. It's not too terribly deep, so we're probably looking at a clad coin. But let's find it and see what we got here. Should have tried to pinpoint that one just a little better before I started digging. Oh, there it is. Oh. You know what? Part of it is a pull tab. It's kind of strange. Usually those pull tabs give me more of like a 26 signal. That one was giving me a much higher, like 40, 45. Could have just been the material that it's made out of, though. But yeah, so far, just a pull tab. Like I said, we're going to find lots of trash like that today. Let's keep... We got another penny signal coming up right here, right next to the edge. Let's just see what we can find right there. Let's give it a little wave over there. Well, that's kind of strange. We kind of lost the signal there. Oh, you know what? It's because when I... All right, there we go. So, I was going to say, I knew I heard the penny signal in there, so, you know, nothing too crazy. It looks like a 1996 penny. When I scooped my shovel there, I must have knocked it loose. It was just like right on the edge right there, so I'm sure that was probably lost here fairly recently, but first coin of the day. Let's keep... Alright, so normally I don't stop to just show you guys junk, but one of the things that I always look for when I first start hunting a new property is whether I come up with like old nails and stuff like that. Now this wasn't what was ringing up on the metal detector because I've got that set to ignore trash like this, but this is always a good sign. You know, these are like oblong or square-headed nails. You know, they're not your typical nails, and they've got just a little bit different look to them. So it's always a good sign. That means that there's probably some old stuff on this property, and so yeah, so that's why I wanted to stop and show you guys that. I was getting kind of a weird signal overall just a second ago, but we do have something here. Okay, old dime. There was probably some trash in the hole with it there. It's definitely not a silver one. 1988, you know, so still fairly new. But like I said, the seeing that old nail is always a really good sign. So right now I am just trying to clean out the hole, making sure that there was nothing else down in there. The worst thing is when you cover up cover up a hole and you realize that there's still a bunch of stuff down in there. I don't know if there is anything, but I'm getting some sort of a signal right there in the corner of that hole. Oh, okay, yeah. Just another pull tab. But I do like trying to clean those out as much as possible. That way I don't accidentally dig it later on. So, all right guys, we're gonna move on. I ahead and went live just because whatever I'm digging over here, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. There we go. Okay. So I was getting a nickel signal off of that, but it was ringing up really high, which usually means it can be a bigger item. But I would say that that's probably like a horse tie-up or some sort of piece of tack of some sort. Always love finding stuff like this, you know, especially in the Midwest here, you find a ton of this type of stuff. But I don't know, there's a couple other things down in this hole, so we're gonna go ahead and dig those out here in just a second. But kind of a cool, interesting find. Looks like it's just like an old nail, but there's another one of those old rusty nails. So again, I know somewhere on this property there's some old stuff, and we're gonna try to find it. It's just a giant chunk of metal of some sort. I don't know, part of it just broke off there a second ago. I don't know, it could just be slag. I'm not really sure. Was giving me like a really nice penny signal. So I thought maybe we had a first older coin, but it doesn't seem like it. Well, there's another one of those old nails we talked about. I'll just make sure there's nothing in my plug right here that I'm missing. Doesn't look like it. So we're gonna move on to another. Guys, so something kind of fun, even if it's not actual coins. I just posted about this the other day about how much I love finding old vintage marbles. So you know, a lot of kids played jacks and marbles and stuff when they were younger, and this one's a really cool one. I love that blue and white. I love the look of those marbles just like that. So I'll put this one with the collection. There was something metal down in that hole, so let's go ahead and see if we can find what it is. I was getting a penny signal. Oh, so one thing to kind of look for right there, you can always know that there was a coin when you find a little plug like that. It wasn't very deep. I think it's probably just going to be possibly... Ooh, what's this, actually? I don't know. Oh, this looks like some sort of a bracelet. It's a little mangled up, but an interesting find. generally, when I find stuff like that, like I said, there was a plug right there, so it makes me think that there is a coin still sitting around there somewhere. Let me just... Let's see. Oh, there we go. Jeez. That took a while to find. So, just a quarter. Looks like it's probably clad. See if we can get a date off of there. $1967. Yeah, 1967. So, a little bit older. You know, not silver old, but let's keep on digging, see if we can't find something better. Alright guys, so probably the first thing that I'm not exactly sure what it is. I have an idea, trying to see if it has a religious marking on it somewhere, because I've run into these before and I forget the actual name of them. I've got a few of them in my collection, but what they used to be is you'd put if you were a priest, you would put communion in them, and if somebody couldn't make it to church because they were ill or something like that, a lot of times the priest would come to the house and deliver communion to them in their home. And sometimes it was like for their last rites. I don't have a screwdriver right now, so I can't pry that open. It's either going to be one of those, and I'm not seeing any religious markings on it, so I don't think that's what it is. Could just be like a little miniature compact, or, a piece of makeup thing, but we'll hang on to that. An old pipe, so it wasn't connected to anything, and it wasn't very deep. I kind of hang on to like all the stuff, no matter what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one over in the truck because it's too big to carry in my satchel, but I don't know if that's lead or if that's copper. I'm assuming it's probably lead. That was ringing up pretty high. I know it's something kind of silly to get excited over, but I love finding these old hose fittings, just like a hose sprayer for the garden type of thing. I've got quite a collection of them. I like cleaning them up and just seeing them polished and looking new. And to be honest, most of them still actually work. So that's why I was getting such a high signal there a second ago. Pretty neat. So this is the first older coin that we've got. It's looking like a 1940 something, 44. Can't see if there's a mint mark. I'm sorry, I've got it out of frame there. It doesn't look like there's a mint mark, so this is just like a normal, yeah. This is just a 1944 wheat penny. Here's back of it. We'll get that cleaned up and see if I've already got that one. I'm pretty sure I already have that 1944, but you just never know. Time for about 3 or 4 more targets. I want to go ahead and live dig these last 3 or 4, see what we get. This right here is either going to be a penny, and I'm hoping it's a wheat. If it is, it seemed like it was a little low, or it could very well just be a pop can. I just don't know. I didn't think it was very deep than what the detector was saying. So let's locate whatever. Could have just been a pop can, but we'll see. Ah, that's what it was. An MGD bottle cap. Alright. It was giving me a good signal, so, and it seemed like it was kind of deep, so I was kind of hoping it'd be a, like I said, I was hoping it'd be a wheat, but can't always be that way. No big deal. Like I said, today was just mostly about coming in and doing a lot of cleanup. I have a feeling, especially around here, I might need to do 2 or 3 times doing cleanup. Especially seems like here recently I've only had, you know, an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most to do a little bit of detecting. So, to somebody that doesn't do this a whole lot, it seems like, oh my gosh, you know, an hour, 2 hours. But there's days where I'm out for 8, 9, sometimes 10 hours. It just kind of depends. Definitely takes a lot of time. Okay. Let's see here. We'll do 3 more targets here and then wrap it up for the day. Oop. Ah, there we go. Got a dime. Again, wasn't too deep. See if I can get a date though. 2000 something. 2000-ish. Okay. Put that in our save bag. Still something down there in the corner, so let's clean the hole out. Oh, part of a beaver tail pull tab. Looks like we pretty well got that hole cleaned on out. So, all right, let's get just a couple more. 2 more on the way out. Let's see what this one will be. Piece of foil. Don't think that's what was ringing up on the detector. And whatever I was picking up wasn't terribly deep. Oh, it's plastic. There's a pull tab. Or a couple of pull tabs, it looks like. Something right on the edge. So there's a stone down in the ground right there. And there's something right on the edge of it. Oh, there it is. Let's see what this is. Ah, I know exactly what that is. We got a Harmonica Reed. It's actually, it's rare that I find a full scaled one. Usually they're kind of snapped off or broken off, but somebody had a harmonica and it got buried, and this is all that's left of it. Still just a couple more things down in here. Bottle cap. Well, I think the Harmonica Reed was probably the thing that I was hitting the most. Yeah, everything else is pretty much reading as junk. We don't want to forget our wand. Okay, I think this one's gonna be our last one. I was getting what seems to be a penny signal, a little bit deeper, just hoping it's not a pop can. Oh. Okay. Oh, there it is. Looks like it's gonna be a modern Clad coin. But I was at least right. Clad coin, penny. Probably not very old. Looks like it was probably about 2.5, maybe 3 inches down. Let's just clean out the rest of this hole, make sure there's nothing else down in there, and that's gonna do it for today. Nope, there we go. There was something else down in there. What do we got here? Looks like a dime, or I mean a nickel. Ooh, this might actually be a good find. It's kind of quick. Oh, you know what? No! Oh, even better. Even better. We got ourselves a token. All right. If you've been following along at all to any of the videos, you know that I love finding old tokens, especially local ones. Sorry if you can't really see that. It says Palmer's Bill. Palmer's something. I don't know. We're gonna have to get that home, clean it up the best we can. I don't know. These old tokens, sometimes they don't clean up too well, but I think I can at least get a little bit of the dirt and the grime off of there, and it was good for 5 cents for something. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'll get that home, get it cleaned up. For any of you guys that are out there that are detectors, if you know a good way of cleaning up these old tokens, let me know. It seems like they like to get, you know, stuff on them that can't come off, or like it gets adhered to it. But no, that's really exciting. I'm glad that that's what we're ending with for today. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick sweep through, because once again, we always just make sure that there's nothing else in that hole. Just making sure. Make sure there's nothing. Oh, there is something in the plug. It might not be anything crazy, but and that could just be something. Oh, is that on? There's something on the ground here. It's hard to tell. When the grass is really long like that, it gets really hard to tell if it's something that's under the surface or if it's actually something there. I'm gonna do a quick little, there we go. It's a nail. Okay. Like I said, we just always clean that up, make sure. Number one, always put the plug back in the hole. That one got kind of mangled a little bit. I try not to do that as much as possible. It's a lot harder when the grass is dry and long like this. So, all right, guys, great way to end our third episode here. I'll do a quick recap on everything once I get home and get everything cleaned up, and we'll put some photos of the good stuff at the very end. And thanks again for watching. We're back at the house for the wrap up here. I just wanted to do a quick wrap up of all of the items that we found and saved. So before we do that, the first thing I wanted to say is a big shout out to Note the Macro for these satchels that came with the detector. Love using this for the first time. I usually use buckets and have to walk back and forth. This cut down on a lot of like back and forth time and just downtime, so shout out to Note the Macro for including that. Here we've got all of our items down here. We've got all of our Clad coins. This is that token that we found. I was able to finally read the back of that. It says Palmer's Billiards Hall, so I'm assuming that was just like a local billiard hall that was here in town. I'm going to do a little research on that, try to find out what I can about that. We do have the one wheat cent. It's still not cleaned up yet, kind of real dirty, but I'll put some screenshot photos of that at the very, very end here in just a few minutes. Was able to get this open. Not sure if that was like a piece of makeup thing or if this was I can never remember the name of them, the religious thing for communion. And then we've got our spray head for the hose, horsetack, and that bracelet that we found. I'm not really sure what the metal is on that. I mean, it's nice, it's shiny, it hasn't tarnished, so it's a possibility that that is actually gold. I don't think that it is, but we're gonna find out for sure. And I'll post some photos of that being cleaned up a little bit as well, although it is a pretty mangled up. Looks like it might have had some jewels in it at one point. I can't tell if those were spots for jewels or if that was just part of the design, but always fun to find some, always fun finding jewelry. So we're definitely going to be doing some more detecting at that house. That was not too bad for the first day cleanup. Hopefully we can get the grass mowed down. I always have a hard time detecting when the grass is really high like that, but we're going to definitely be doing that, and I've got some other episodes that are going to be coming out here in the near future, so go ahead, like, subscribe. If you live in the Rochelle area or Northern Illinois and you have a house that you don't mind me coming detecting, I would greatly appreciate it. It's always nice to get new permissions, and if you want to feature your house on the YouTube channel, we'd love to do that. So thanks again. This is Danny from Odin's Treasure Hunt, and everyone have a great week.